Hello students, welcome again to our today's video class. As we have already completed chapter number 2, the physical and chemical changes. In our online classes also we have completed, and we have already started chapter number 3 in our online class, elements, compound and mixture. Okay, so I am going to give you the video session also for this chapter, as we have done given for the previous chapters also. Okay, so we will start with elements, compounds and mixture. As you know, you have already read this elements, compound and mixture about in your class 6 in details. Again we will do this the same thing. Okay, so what are elements? So before going to the elements, compound and mixture, we should give a revision to one thing, that is the pure substance and impure substance. As you know, the substances which are made up of only one or kind of atoms or more than one kind of atoms in a definite proportion, they are called pure substances. And the substances which are made up of two or more kind of atoms but in an indefinite proportion, they are called mixture. You know these things, they are called impure substances. So pure substances, under pure substance two things we get, that is first one is the element and another one is the compound. But in impure substances we have only the mixtures. Okay, so now I am going to start from the elements. Okay, we will see the elements, the representation of elements, then compounds, the representation of compounds, characteristics of compounds in today's video class up to this. Okay, so our first topic is elements. Elements are pure substances made of only one kind of atoms which have definite physical and chemical properties, and cannot be broken into simpler form. Cannot be broken into simpler form. This is are called elements. Okay, so we have now the elements are pure substances made up of only one kind of atoms which have definite physical and chemical properties. Each and every element have its own physical and chemical properties. Each element is made up of only its one kind of atoms, and each elements cannot be further broken into more simpler substances. If you break them, you will get the same element. Okay, so how many elements? Examples of elements, if I give oxygen, very common, hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, then sulfur, magnesium, etc. Okay, so there are total 118 elements are known till now. Till now, there are total 118 elements we know. We have the knowledge of these 118 elements till now. So these out of elements are of atom of an element are same, but atoms of different element are different. We can write that atoms of an element are same, but they are different for different elements. Okay, means atoms of different atoms of carbon are all alike. Okay, but atoms on carbon and atoms on oxygen are not alike. So in this way you can say. Now the classification of elements. Elements are further classified into how many types? We will see that. This also you know the classification of elements. Elements are classified into 4 types. You know, first one is metals, then non-metals, then metalloids, and then noble gases. Okay. So what are metals? Metals are like sodium, are metal, iron, then gold, silver, like this. Non-metals are oxygen, sulfur, carbon, phosphorus. They are non-metals. Metalloids are boron, arsenic, germanium, etc. And noble gases are helium, neon, argon, like this. Argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So they are noble gases. Now, always it is not easy to write the names of the element in their full form, or to make them abbreviation we have to use the symbol. We have given the symbol to this element. Suppose the symbol of sodium is Na, then iron is Fe, gold is Au, silver is Ag, oxygen O, sulfur S, carbon C, phosphorus P, boron B, arsenic Ar, germanium Ge, helium is He, neon Ne, argon Ar. Okay, so in this way we have given the symbol to the elements, and you know how the symbols are given to these elements. Symbols are given to these elements from their, you know, first of all the first letter of the element, like sulfur, carbon, oxygen, phosphorus. They have the first letter O, S, C, P, so they have given the symbol as their from first letter. But here you can see all these metal which I have written here, their symbols are not given from their first letter or first 2 letters. They are given their symbol from their Latin names. Suppose sodium is natrium, iron is ferrum, gold is aurum, silver is argentum, like that. Boron again B, germanium. Then helium is He, first two letters, neon first two letter Ne, argon Ar first two letters also given to the symbol to the elements. In this way we represent the symbols from the Latin first letter, first two letter, or from the Latin names the symbols of the elements are given. Okay. So now next topic is the after representation of elements and name of the element, classification of elements, we have the next pure substance that are called compounds. Compounds. What are compounds? Compounds are pure substance made up of two or more atoms in definite proportion. Pure substance made of two or more elements in definite proportion. Element or compound also you can, two or more elements or compounds in a definite proportion, they are called compounds. So we have so many compounds with us. You can give so many example of compounds. Suppose for example sodium, if I write common, very common is sodium chloride, that is NaCl. Then magnesium oxide is MgO. Very common is water, that is H2O. All these are the examples of compounds. So the example of compounds you can see in your book also. So many examples are given in the chart. So representation of elements are suppose represented by the symbols, but compounds are represented by the chemical formula. And these are the chemical formula of the, these are the chemical name, common name of the chemical compounds, and these are the formula of the chemical compounds. So chemical compounds are represented by chemical formula. Okay. Now the characteristics of a compound. Characteristics of compound. First, compound represented by chemical formula. Number one, characteristics. Compounds are represented by chemical formula. Okay. So examples I've already given. Now the composition of compound have a fixed are fixed. Composition are fixed. I've written here that composition are fixed. Suppose if I take water and hydrogen combined together in the 2:1 ratio, the composition is fixed. If you take hydrogen peroxide H2O2, that is also in the 2:2 ratio of hydrogen and oxygen, that is hydrogen peroxide. So this is also fixed composition. The compound is chemically a new substance. So number 3, compounds are chemically a new substance. Okay, so compounds are chemically a new substance. So from compounds, Suppose when you get hydrogen and oxygen, they are gaseous state, but when you make them water, it is liquid state. Okay, so water is a completely new substance. Same sodium chloride is completely a new substance. Magnesium oxide is completely a new substance. Okay, so compounds are chemically new substance. And the last, compounds can be broken down into simpler constituent element, but not physically, but chemically. Constituents of compounds can be only separated by chemical methods. Okay, only by chemical methods constituent of compounds can be separated. And also, since our chemical compounds are chemically a new substance, so what we see, the the compounds so formed, the characteristics of compounds so formed is totally different from the characteristics of the constituent element. Suppose just now I told you about the hydrogen and water. Hydrogen is, if I write hydrogen, hydrogen is a gaseous state H2, plus oxygen is also a H2 is gaseous state, but when you get water from it, it is a liquid state. Okay, it is a liquid state. So after composition, the totally a new substance is formed, and that new substance is chemically quite different from its constituent elements, means that its property does not matches. Okay, so these are the two things of pure substances, elements and compounds. So I think you have already got a revision of this from your previous class. So we have done this again. In the next video class, we'll start from the topic mixture, homogeneous mixture, types of mixture. Then we'll have to do the techniques of separation, that also you have done in your previous class. We will again do these things in this class also. So I hope you have understood this. See you again in the next video class. Till then, stay at home, be safe, be healthy. Thank you very much.